Hello, beloved. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. This is Matt from Matt Multimedia.
Me kwato voice when I'm saying no. Me per se can't want if he say we share NPP flag bearership race no. For the past 2 weeks, and only issue amani musupa no can want some maybe a chemunti. Let's go back. Some na okay no. Would so stand on it and I said dey na motivate you e ma okan some no.
Me da se bebre. No kwenya me no obi a wa follow me achapa on social media. Nim say ade bia me ye no every year 3rd January. I am becoming some we are singing ABC within a feeling.
Okay.
It's something I've been doing for more than 7 years. Now, me kai say about last year 2024 no. The we are na kiti no. I mean never to about na politics be about obi ba bompa mama bompa bebre. Can Japan you be a menini shia da.
Okay.
Menini shia just one. The India make say menini shia da say oni me na me so me no. But na me call US. So no kwako jana mabi kwan e wo airport. The me for Emirates, no mo so be for Emirates. No kwako jana mama ko check in. That's the first time me hun na nim say. Na me ngin to me say oni me.
All right.
Nti no me twa mu no no twa mu. See, I want people to understand so onye obi a
unimu no and asa yon kofa bi da mo ntem.
Nothing of the sort.
Okay.
Na ye ba beto aba no. Na me nim say MPP NDC be winning. Sumpa FM. Na winning so nya winning ketwa.
Okay.
Kesia pa Emma even numbers are MPs ni benya no. MPP for MPs about me channel. I told them.
Okay.
Say NDC for MPs on benya no on bobo 150. Yeah. There's one MPP many very close.
Okay.
Into buy no ka say. Say dey no nye. Na me ka chen so be lose.
Why who she is
because it's already in the stars. They say he's going to lose his seat.
Okay.
Until no make say meet me be amana. Ebi am paibo na ebe ba amano. But I cannot guarantee him say be a meet me amana winning.
Now some mobile bomb man cry to not change anything.
Ain't change because already in the stars say he's going to lose.
Okay.
And obiza me say see no e ba umi na eko. Ba no o support Ken.
Okay.
Until no me hu ni say on find support on Koba will be a honor campaign about the movie and on your name. So I told him, say, that did me buy number by my life now, me can't say that very day, next Tuesday. Until me can say, this time around, no Ken a Lucy.
Okay.
By a 12 year, 2028, about 67% yes, or no, be the MPP for him. I told this MP American, so Tia on him said the American intro. This our percent on your future beer. Even though they say about me and Ekode, I'm finding support Emma Ken.
Wow.
I told him.
Yeah.
So he was a bit disturbed, confused. I say because said this time no Lucy. You're not going to win.
All right.
But all the support of man on that said Chinebino or nobody be deep anymore.
And you will be benefiting.
Support the man when he was not even in the race. I told him that.
Wow.
The 12 anyway. And Obanos me da was say what catch them na me so my for seminar also on the can cry transactions on the the support one even though say went me and when there.
Wow.
Until me buy na my life I felt say I should explain.
Okay.
Under normal circumstances and say me Ghana I would have said what was going to happen in Ghana.
Okay.
Because of America for or more election I said the categories when we say even up to the timer na Joe Biden. Me catch say Joe Biden will not contest.
Wow.
I mean, will you follow me? 2023. Yeah. I said the agent say uncontest. Oba no ne baba contest.
Oba no bet.
That time no needing wo ho obi a yagiatum. Ti menye Ghana ni a.
Yeah.
2024 bank America bagana had the way tie no. Yente politics.
That say to wan sha wo kakra na.
Benya atem didi amanfo be didi watembasa so I kept mute. But obi bia na oben me to say I told all of them said this is what is going to happen. Even though me na me support to MPP ni NDC I support na me support to Kwame Bediako. Okay. But I told them said this is what is going to happen. Now the way NDC for MPP for mu ewo
elections no
enya sem ketwa. So Ken, when I checked, I had 2024 before election, I saw say, I had 2028 election, the probability is only leading more than 60%. And into the chair said because now amount for will be 8 to 24.
So on that side
independent because I mean say I attend some.
Yeah.
So I felt say papa minimum number, and he might not even know me. But my main card and I'm from him. Maybe somebody will watch this video and tell him. Now me name so T and I want you whatever. But I felt say he knew say non person ka onye the uncle independent and baby I felt say no or pet. Was there any chance? Because according to political laws, no say we free party no baby mu a any very easy the same opportunity.
So we shall Alan Kwajechamat is the same thing that happen here. A background sa wo background party no shada enya wo mugidie and support us.
I believe we can make progress. So I'm entreating each and everyone in the party to accept everybody's opinion and let's go ahead with whatever we are doing without backstabbing people and all. It will not help the party. So I will not say much. All I'm saying is I'm entreating you to ensure fairness so that there will be peace and unity in the party. And if there's unity and peace in the party, we will definitely win 2028 election. Sure. Thank you very much.
No intimidation whatsoever. No more fears.
When he was speaking, he said that no more intimidation. They cannot intimidate his supporters anymore. What did he mean by that?
I mean, there is a history to that. If you recall, in the last previous election, almost 137 MPs were all shipped to support one candidate. Almost all DCs, the 276 DCs, were all shipped to support one candidate. You look at the government appointees, over 6,000 of them were all shipped to support one candidate. You dare not decide to support Ken if you were a minister of state. But today the story has changed. You saw the number of ministers, at least those former ministers, you could count roughly about 20 of them. You were a media, so I'm sure you may be able to give a true account. So this time around, we are saying that nobody is going to, go down to be intimidated. No. The level of coercion that we witnessed in the previous election, this time we are not going to tolerate that. We are saying that we will respect all the rules, all the guidelines so far as this election is concerned, but we are not going to demonstrate weakness in this election. So Kennedy is only saying that if we are afraid of the establishment, the pseudo-establishment that was there, the perceived establishment that was there, the good message is that the establishment has been broken down. Even the sailor and the captain of the ship is no longer with the ship. Now the ship is drowning, the ship is sinking, and all the crew members are now even contesting the ship. They are also riding their own boats and their own ships. So, I mean, it symbolizes one thing, that the message is clear, that the other ship and the other boat has been rejected. This time around, in the spirit of revival, we need a new face. In the spirit of unity, we need a new face. And not just a new face, but we need a strong and not a weak candidate who can win us power in 2020.
Mr. Isi, let me come to you. Kennedy Japan said that everywhere you go, everybody says they want Ken. Is that really the case, or that's just hearsay?
That's really the case. That's really the case. Let me make an instance. Last time I was with the Baumia campaign, you get it, because I believed in the Northern project for the party. Unfortunately, when the results came, we saw it. People were meeting us and say, hey, one for Ken and my end too. That was all, we are bringing Baumia. You get it. And the results, the data, the stats indicate that was what the people did. About 2.1 million people staying away from voting. 1.7 million margin. What we saw today is an organic love. The people say they want Ken to lead the party. And what better can you do than to listen to the voice of the people? The voice of the people is the voice of God.
If I understand you clearly, most of the votes that you lost in 2024 was because of the candidates that you presented.
And a lot told us that if you don't bring this person, we're not going to vote. Okay, and indeed, the result showed. Okay, I was with Dr. Baumia. Everybody knows me. You get it. But, you know, when the results came in, especially the 5 northern regions, and I did my assessment, I realized, no, we cannot make the same mistake again. Let's go with the people and let give the people who they want. And that is the spirit with which we are marketing Kennedy Ohene Ejapong for the 20.
Is that why you switched camp?
No, I'm telling you, yes, I love because the data, because we were promised we're going to get these from the northern region, the Zongos and all that. Unfortunately, that's not what showed. Okay, and what it tells me is that the people felt you didn't bring the person we want, and so we are all apathetic. Okay, that is what I saw. And because of that, I felt, no, let's give the people who they want. And the issue now is about jobs. And he's made a firm case for it. That he's a businessman, he's an entrepreneur, and he knows how to create jobs for the youth. And that is what we want to give to the youth. Today, the issue is about job creation. You get it? Opportunities for job for the youth. And that is what Ken is promising them. His wife said it, that President Kufuor gave free maternal, national health insurance. Nanadu, those kids, Nanadu came to give them free education. When they finish university, they need jobs. Ken Ejapong is coming to firm that and give them jobs.
A minute silence for our brother, Ernest Yaokumi, our MP for Akotia, who passed away recently, and for all the others who have lost their lives in the service of our great party. May their souls rest in peace. Let me start by expressing my most profound gratitude to those of you here and those watching from across the country for joining me as we embark on this journey, not for myself, but for our nation and our party. It is with a deep sense of purpose that I announce formally my bid to be retained as the flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party for the 2028 general elections. I offer myself for a second time to bear the flag of the MPP into this election after having listened extensively to the demands of the party and the nation. Since 1947, our forebears have played the most impactful role in Ghana's history. Whenever it has mattered the most, we have been at the forefront of providing leadership and showing the character that has ignited passion and energy among the people of Ghana. From the days of Dankwa, Dombo, Buzia, Bafo Akoto, Edward Akufo-Addo, our tradition demonstrated deep intellect during the fight for independence. The traits of selflessness and humility were evident in the genes of patriots. In the days of Victor Usu, we demonstrated respect for all persons. And in the days of Adubuahim, we showed the spirit of courage, rising up to the challenge of oppressors' rule. In the days of Kufuor, we showed emotional intelligence and the spirit of inclusion. And in the days of Akufo-Addo, we showed foresight and resilience. The MPP and Ghana are demanding for a leader who embodies the values of this tradition: deep intellect, humility, respect for all persons, unity, courage, foresight, and resilience. Dear citizens, as the MPP is looking for a leader who embodies the character of this party's tradition and the values of our forebears, I, Mahamudu Bawumia, offer myself to lead the party for the the 2028 elections. Because I have the integrity, the competence, the compassion, the humility, and the values not only required to lead the party, but to lead the country. This election is an election not only for flag bearer of our party, but it is an election for the soul of this party. The choice we make on January 31st will determine whether or not this party will hold on to the values that make us great, or become a new party focused on deepening the chasm between the rich and the poor. I am offering myself to be elected as flag bearer because I believe we owe a duty to this party to give her a choice to put forward the most prepared candidate for the 2028 election and the most prepared person to be president in 2029. In the last 16 years, I've had the privilege of joining each and every constituency at least 5 times to work hard on the ground and campaign and work for the MPP. Just like the thousands of you who may not have had all the money in the world to throw at the party, all my sweat, my reputation, my knowledge, and my person have been dedicated to working with you for the success of the party. As a result of this, there is no village or hamlet or city or town where Mahamudu Bawumia's face and name are not known. I owe this party a duty that if we are to win 2028, we ought not to start afresh from zero. Instead, we ought to build on the nearly 42% of valid votes and work to cross the 50% mark in the next election. I have also had the distinct privilege of serving as vice president and supporting the president and the government in our last administration with ideas that have significantly impacted the lives of millions of our people. This is what the streets refer to as being rich in ideas. The initiatives I advocated for in our time today are making impact in people's lives. The rich, innovative, and practical ideas that I successfully championed and saw to implementation include the Bank of Ghana's Gold Purchase Program, the first in Africa, the Gold for Oil Program, the first in Africa, the accelerated issuance of the Ghana card, mobile money interoperability, the first in Africa, the Ghana Digital Property Address System, the first in Africa, Agenda 111, one constituency, one ambulance, the Zipline drone delivery service, the largest in the world, the universal QR code payment system, the No, which is the first in Africa, the No Guarantor student loans, Ghana.gov, the Citizens app, NHIS registration and renewal on your mobile phone, the rental assistance scheme, the Zongo Development Fund, individualized credit scoring, paperless ports, electric buses, e-gates at Kotoka International Airport, and the digitalization of medical records across all district, regional, and teaching hospitals in Ghana, amongst others. The implementation of these practical policy initiatives has resulted in many people saying that I have been the most effective vice president in Ghana's history. This implies that given the opportunity, I can equally become one of the most effective presidents in Ghana as we go forward. Ladies and gentlemen, I demonstrate my strength by getting results, not by making noise or by insulting or by bragging about money. The combined effect of how well Bawumia is known today and my experience as vice president make me the most prepared person for the MPP's quest for the 2028 election and governance in 2029. Fellow Kukudites, in the words of Kofi Abrefa-Bruzia, the qualification to be a success in Ghana's politics includes a large capacity to stomach all sorts of attacks. I am not oblivious to the fact that the NDC and lately elements within our own family subject me to daily attacks. In fact, I expect that there will be more attacks in the coming months and years. But I have learned, if I have learned anything from history, it includes the fact that a man must be formidable so that no matter the adversity, he stands tall, focused, and resolute. All that can be held at me have already been attacked. As the days are going by, time has shown great vindication. The Bank of Ghana, the IMF, and even the NDC kingpins are now admitting on many matters that Bawumia was right. What more can they say about me now? In our history, when all has been said of a candidate and yet he remains standing, victory is the logical next step that awaits him. The Akans have a saying that Openyi Dwe Mate Mante. To wit, a wise leader must at times appear aloof, yet when it is required, be willing to take the difficult decisions. That is who I am. I am cool on the outside, but do not underestimate my inner resolve. That is what I bring to the leadership of the MPP and the leadership of Ghana. That is what makes a leader balanced and formidable. Dear delegates, the most important desire in the hearts of all our colleagues is a win in 2028. We have to put our best foot forward as we rebuild our party towards that election. To win in 2028, we must not just talk unity, we must live it. The repeated attacks by our own party folks on one another is absolutely unhelpful. What we say against each other, the NDC will use against us in 2028. If you claim you are a true patriot and want this party to win in 2028, then stop it. Don't lecture us about how blue your blood is. Let your actions show. Stop the internal attacks now. Stop the religious and tribal attacks now. We lost 2024 elections after introducing many good programs. Unfortunately, due mostly to the economic pain that many of our citizens felt, the NDC managed to convince them with lofty promises to stay away or vote against us. We have learned our lessons. I assure you that these lessons will be put to good use when we return to office in 2029. However, it is becoming evident that the NDC does not intend to fulfill the lofty promises they made to Ghanaians in their quest for power. The promise to pay cocoa farmers at least 6,000 Ghana cedis is one they don't intend to keep. The promise to institute a state of emergency and repeal LI 2462 to fight Galamsey is one they do not intend to keep. The setup of the gold board to execute the gold purchase program is already unraveling, as miners are reluctant to sell their gold due to the unattractive prices of it. Remittances have reduced by 50% as a result of the misalignment in the exchange rate across the different foreign exchange markets. The promise to allow free expression is one they do not intend to keep. They promised to triple jobs and create new ones through the 24-hour economy. But it is evident that it was just a political gimmick. What the MPP and Ghana needs is a strong party that can hold the government accountable for these promises. Bawumia has always done that and will do that as flag bearer of the MPP. For the various candidates contesting the flag bearership, ask, won't Ghana and the MPP be better off if instead of focusing your guns on Bawumia, you focus on holding the government accountable to show that you can lead the MPP in holding the NDC accountable? Won't Ghana and the MPP be better off if instead of focusing on attacking each other, we focus on selling a vision for the party and the country? Our true opponent is not within. Our true opponent is out there. We need unity to win. I promise you that just as you have known me to be, I would not do anything to bring division or conflict within the party. If there would be anyone to create problems in the MPP, it would not be Bawumia. My vision is to expand the Ghanaian economy through rich ideas that provide incentives and measures such as a flat tax system for individuals, corporations, and for import taxes, and an enabling environment for business to thrive and accelerate the pace of job creation for the youth of this country. A future Bawumia government would recognize and reward the sacrifices of our grassroots. Many have lost their jobs under the current government, and we will restore their appointments when we come to office in 2029. My vision is to introduce measures that reduce the cost of living for the average Ghanaian and support for the vulnerable. My vision is to adopt a constituency-based development and budgeting framework in which local people benefit the most and the well-being of the individual is enhanced. My vision is for a modern, digitalized economy that offers equal opportunities to all, including women, the physically challenged, and the grassroots, not just for the rich. My vision is for the credit system to be accessible to all Ghanaians, as it is the case in the advanced countries. My vision is to energize domestic production and job creation and lessen the fiscal burden by dedicating 3% of our GDP of expenditure currently undertaken by the public sector to the private sector, with procurement being done locally. My vision is to achieve all this, starting with a strong, disciplined, united, new patriotic party. All my life, this country and this party have given me so much. I feel an overwhelming sense of duty to give back. That is why I didn't hesitate to lay down my job at the Bank of Ghana to assist the MPP's quest for power in 2008. And indeed, I lost that gamble. That is why I did not hesitate to leave my job at the African Development Bank to help the MPP in 2012. That is why I didn't hesitate to take the box at the Supreme Court as the star witness in the 2013 to fight for the MPP. That is why I have never hesitated to defend this party, even at the risk of mockery by our opponents. That is why I did not hesitate to concede the 2024 elections to preserve Ghana's peace. You can be sure that with Mahamudu Bawumia as flag bearer, I shall not hesitate to put my all on the line for the MPP and for Ghana, as I have done before. I implore you to join me on this journey to rebuild our party and to reposition this great tradition to deliver for Ghanaians from 2028. I am committed to doing this with you, the grassroots of the party, supported by the mighty minority of 88 MPs. Let's win. Let's win together. Let's win with Bawumia. Thank you for your attention. God bless you, and God bless our homeland, Ghana.